Broadcasting live from the continental United States and sailing the steel breeze of the World Wide Web, this is the Thursday Night Nexus. Good evening.
Yay!
And welcome to the Nexus. Thursday nights here. Mad Jack with you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm James, the Idol Smasher. Rosalie, my study buddy, my co-host, my cohort, is on the
Yes.
line as well. Hi, Rosalie. How you doing?
Gamar
Shalom.
Katima Tova.
There we go.
It is Yom
Um,
Kippur.
Yes, it is. And we're just getting out of it here where we're at. And some folks out west are still fasting at the moment, coming out. But
Mm-hmm.
it's the end of Yom Kippur. But we're going to do the Yom Kippur reading anyway. That's
Yep.
Leviticus 16. We'll get to that. Welcome to the Nexus, a Thursday night, every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central, right here from Rumble Studios. We broadcast live on X, Facebook, and YouTube as well. It's a time we just set aside and study a little bit of Torah and talk a little bit of Bible and anything that relates to, and that's pretty much everything. So glad to have you here. We do this every Thursday night, and you can join in the conversation. I'm going to put over here in the side chat here to all the platforms that take it. There's going to be a link right over here in the chat that's going to get you in here to the Nexus. All you have to do is have a microphone. You don't necessarily need a camera. Rosalie's here and no camera. So you're stuck with my mug. So you can come on in. You can just use an avatar, whatever you like. That's fine here. Also, I'm going to put over here in the chat is the link to this week's Torah portion. And this is the section of the Torah that we study each week. We're actually not in the cycle. Well, that's just silly. Look at that. Okay, not what I was expecting there. Okay, I'll try that again.
Yeah.
We're actually out of the reading schedule because we're between the two high holidays of Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, and there's a special reading that goes on today. And that is this right here. It's the Chabad link. So feel free to tune in there. For all the folks over on X who watch us, thank you very much. There's a couple, but we appreciate it. Most of the folks that tune in do tune in live, or do not tune into the live portion of the broadcast. We watch later on. So thank you for tuning in. Glad to have you. But we would love to see you Thursday nights right here, 8 p.m. Central. And man, I don't know where to begin. It's Avery Brooks' birthday. Professor Avery Brooks. If you don't know who Avery Brooks is, he was Benjamin Sisko on Star Trek Deep Space Nine. My favorite captain of all the Star Trek captains. My favorite series of all the Star Trek series. Not counting the original series because you just can't do that. You have how many Doctor Who's? There's only one Doctor Who, and all the rest were just, but there's one, you can't compare anybody to the first Doctor. You can't compare, in my opinion, any Star Trek series to the original series. But other than that, Deep Space Nine. So happy birthday, Avery Brooks. And to all you others out there who have birthdays today, happy birthday, including you, my favorite viewer, right there. Okay. Also, I have got to recommend these little bad boys before we go anywhere. I just picked these up. I've been using for walkie-talkies for radio, for comms, whether it's an emergency or when you're out of a cell phone range. I've been using these little bad boys, which I got at Walmart many years ago. And they did just fine. We could get out about 2/3 of a mile. They are 0.5 watt radios. Well, back in 2008, Trump's FCC upped the output of FRS Family Radio Service walkie-talkies to 2 watts. And I got to admit, these Baofangs, for the price you're getting, you're going to get a darn good radio. They get out, and they get out quite a ways. My wife was inside the house. I was 2 miles away and could still talk to her on this. She could hear me as well. So make sure the radios you get are 2 watts from here on out. These are really good radios. The Family Radio Service is there for you. And in Canada, they call it General Mobile Radio Service, but this is Family Radio Service here in America. So I highly recommend those little bad boys. M25 series is what they are. They're cheap. They are Chinese radios, Baofeng or Bufang. But yeah, from your local Radio Noah Hyde Nut, definitely worth the time and the buck. communication is key in any situation. You don't always need a cell phone. Radio works just as well. In the United States, that's a commodity. It's considered as much yours and mine as anybody else's. It's the people's airwaves, and they have services set aside to serve you in just about every situation you would need. So look into that. And it's not Torah related, I know, but hey, neither are the memes of the week. So here we go, memes of the week. I don't have a memes of the week slate yet, but we're gonna do memes of the week. Here we go. Okay,
I was really bad about doing any this week. I just got so busy and forgot to do them. Sorry.
This is a little dated, but I had to try. Now, of course, Greta's boat, another flotilla, has been intercepted by some Israeli warships. Now, it turns out she's harboring people on that ship that are known Hamas operatives.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, Israel's not effing around right now. They were nice and gave her a nice sandwich and let her go home on a fossil fuel filled plane. I don't even like the term fossil fuel, but you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. And now she wants to come back in her fossil fuel powered boat. Flotilla, excuse me. I'm sorry. The Free Gaza Flotilla. It turns out she's got Hamas operatives on there, and they've boarded her boat, and they're not screwing around anymore. They're not even going to bother with her. So they want to get others to join, but our little Doom Goblin is in some trouble, and good for her. She earned it. They should not go easy on her this time. And you know me on the IDF, sometimes you guys are too, you let them know before you bomb them. That's no fun. You got to kill them all. You're too kind an army. Effective, badass. Not going to, but you guys are too kind. Sorry. I guess that's a little bit of that Goyim, that Celt-blooded be kind of speaking out. You got to slaughter them, lad. Get rid of your enemies. Victory in this year for the land of Israel is my number one hope that I could ask of our Creator right now. I would love it. It would, things are happening on an exponential rate, and it's not just the flow of information is easier to obtain now. Things are happening big on an exponential rate, and everything's coming to a head. Part of that,
all the European countries are kicking out the Muslims.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Something tells me that I don't know.
I read today that Trump is issuing a recall for Ilhan Omar, have her impeached.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Why not that Rashida Tlaib as well?
Oh, that would be great. That would be great.
I mean, when they get elected and say my place here is to protect Somalia's interests from within the United States, and we all applaud. We applaud with our white guilt.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Looking out for a foreign country's interests while representing non-Somalians in the country. That Rashida Tlaib was cloaked in a Palestinian flag when she was elected. I should tell you everything you need to know right there.
Yep.
Not only is she stupid, but she's really stupid. Okay, moving right along. Speaking of Palestine. Okay. It's true. It's absolutely true. All right. Here's a nice funny one right there. Amen. I'm tired of Antifa. I believe in having rooftop Koreans everywhere. If you're not Korean, okay, fine. Get on the rooftop with a nice sniper rifle, and the moment someone picks up a gun, a glass bottle, or clenches a fist, you shoot them dead. That's not. They're human beings. They're not worth much. If you've come to notice anything, you need some are worth. Separate your wheat from your chaff. Some people are worth saving. Other people aren't. And when those people start taking out the ones worth saving, you gotta do it. Anyway. Speaking of wimps, here's a wimp right here. This guy getting tired of dollar store Obama, guys. Shut the hell up. You are a dime store Obama. Okay. There we go. Yes, it's a PG-13. If your children are watching this show, please find something else for them to do. This is a PG-13 show. Thank you very
Yes.
much. Okay.
Oh, Trump put
Speaking of
out a
which,
meme. Trump put out a meme with Jeffrey's head with a sombrero and a mustache. The
yes.
Mexican musing putting back. Yeah, I saw it. There's a whole bunch of them out now.
Speaking of prostate,
Hmm.
okay.
Yep.
Um, an oldie but a goodie because it's true. It's true. It's true. It's true. You're a little late, guys. Go back to climate change so you look like an idiot without, pushing for genocide. Um, this is the and this is true as well. Even Bill Maher's fed up, and he's about 3.5 years late, in my opinion, when he
Hmm.
came around to this. But
But that wasn't Bill Maher. That was what's his name? Oh shoot, I can't think of his name.
that's Bill Maher right here. Yeah,
Doesn't look like him.
he got glasses last season.
Okay, I thought it
Yeah.
was what is the guy from CNN?
Oh, Andrew or
Yeah.
Andrew somebody or other. Yeah, I know you're talking about something.
Hmm.
And the UN can go f itself. We should pull out of the UN and kick them out of New York. Um, I don't know, do something with them, but they're useless, they're worthless, they're meaningless.
Hmm.
And finally, a quote by Rod, not really a meme, but a quote from Rod Sterling: "We're developing new citizenry, one that will be very selective about cereals and automobiles, but won't be able to think." And while
That's
I don't think that's the population of the American people,
that's a dig at
uh,
Michigan for Battle Creek and Dearborn area. Cereals, Battle Creek, Kellogg's,
really,
Kellogg's.
oh,
Hmm.
forgot about that. All right,
Yeah.
meme of the week tonight. Yay! It's still my
Yay.
favorite right now. Yay! Yeah.
Hmm.
There's a story floating around. I don't know if it's
He
true or
needs a
not.
condom hanging out of his nodes and Tide Pods too.
Yeah, right. Oh, we did stupid stuff too, but man, I didn't think we could get this stupid. So, okay, meme of the week. All right, moving right along. Moving right along with there. Buymeacoffee.com/ the Idol Smasher. If you would like to donate to the channel and help us improve some things, like, maybe finding a way to fix up my Radio Shack a little better to be in, because that's where I'm at right now. And all the junk is moved like out of the way of the camera. Most of the junk is moved out of the way of the camera. You have no idea what piles in front of me during the broadcast. So if you want to help upgrade the channel and keep activism for Israel and my country anyway, uh, afloat here on Rumble, you can always help buy me a coffee. .com/ the Idol Smasher.
Hmm.
So, peace deal over in Palestine. Peace deal. All that Hamas has to do is reform.
Right.
Aren't you happy? Aren't you happy? We finally achieved peace. The only thing Hamas has to do is reform.
Right. Reform what? Reform into another terrorist organization? No, thank you.
I'd like a big splotch of goo, maybe 1,000-foot stain in the road, but wishful
Mm.
thinking. Um, what I've heard, I agree. When I first heard it too, they're just offering this because they know that Hamas is not going to do it.
They're buying time.
Yeah. Well, and I don't understand why the president has to tell the prime minister of Israel, if they don't come to this deal, you've got our full backing to do whatever you need. I mean,
Hmm.
I don't like the idea that Israel has to have anybody's backing to do anything they want. And that bothers people who are anti-Israel as well. That's a common thread I hear, is we don't want to be tied to them. Let them do their own thing.
Hmm.
And they shouldn't need our permission.
Exactly.
But if they need it, and we did give them a big giant screw during the Biden administration, Resident Biden, um, former Vice President Joe Biden's administration, if we give them a screw, I could understand, but we owe them at this point. So my message to those over there in Israel, I'm going to say this in pure redneck hillbilly all American fashion: Get her done.
That's right.
Get her done.
That's right.
I mean, get it freaking done. I'd have wiped him out. I'd have wiped every last man, woman, and child who didn't have their face buried in the mud in humbleness to the
Mhm.
soldiers. I'd have shot every last one of those people. Y'all think they're human and they're worthy. Okay, that's nice. Don't be giving it up to some other country, not even us. Take the Gazan area, take Gaza as part of Israel, and do your freaking job. Don't kowtow to these schmucks. I'm sorry, you think they're human. Maybe 12 or 13 of them are. I don't think so. And by the way, for all the people out there who are pissed at Israel for what they're doing to the Palestinian people, 3%, 3% have died in this war of the population of Gaza. The rest are still there.
Yep.
Amazing, isn't it?
Well, the thing is one
Jews
of the things.
suck at genocide. You stupid Democrat. Jews suck at it. They couldn't genocide if they tried.
Well,
That's
there's a reason for this, and let me explain. Right now, one of the bigger thoughts is the collateral damage that the Christians are doing. They says, "Well, we're not Muslim and we're not Jewish. We don't understand why we have to leave too." It's like, well, wait a minute. They're going to be bombing and everything else like this, and you want to end up dead? Okay, just like, yeah.
less
There's
people
that.
to
There's
bug the
that.
Jews.
There's that. There's that to consider. It's like
Get
that's
out.
part of it. That's what.
Get out.
That's why they haven't
Get
really
the
done
hell
anything.
out. We didn't do
Exactly.
anything. We're Christian. You're there. Get
Yeah.
out.
Exactly.
And if
I
you
mean, the
don't
bombs
get
are
out, die. Who
exactly.
cares?
What part of that didn't you understand? You are at war. I know.
Synagogue shut up a synagogue. 3 people died in Great Britain,
Yep.
which is disgusting. But why the fuck are you people still in Europe?
Mm-hmm.
God, get the hell out of there. Nobody likes you. You can't do any good. You can't. It's over. Go home. Get the hell out of there. You don't belong. Shithole. The whole of Europe, the whole of Western Europe has turned into a crap. Sorry, Europeans, I have no respect for you. None. 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 Great Britain, fly your flags. Good job. The sun done set. Enjoy the dusk. You failed. You failed in 1939. And you ain't done much since. You failed. Shame on you. Shame on your stupid throne. That good for nothing, goofy throne. Meaningless.
It is meaningless.
Pomp and circumstance. They gave it to President Trump. That's lovely. Yeah. Okay, great. Whatever. Yeah. English common law. I'm
They're
glad
not.
we're here. I'm glad that we were founded because it's based on English common law that y'all.
Well, the thing is that the crown doesn't have any say in anything except for maybe one vote in parliament, and that's about it. The thing
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting to hear about, Charles is too wimpy to do anything about it. But I can't wait to see what William's going to do when they make him king and head of the Episcopal Church. That's going to be really interesting. That's what I'm
Yeah.
kind of wait. That's what I'm kind of waiting to see what's going to happen because Charles isn't going to do anything.
We got
If
out while
he
the
if
getting
he
was good.
does, I'm going to be surprised.
Me too.
It's like y'all
For
grow a
those of you who
pair.
don't know, Rosalie and I were our former Episcopalians. We got out while the getting was good.
The Church of the Anglican Church, aka English Catholic,
Yeah.
aka the sovereign is the head of the Holy Church over there in
Mm-hmm.
Europe, over in Britain.
All the pageantry, none of the guilt.
That's
It's
right.
Catholic Light, the Episcopal Church.
We didn't punch no doggies.
No, we did not. This new year, I don't know. Sometimes I think by the time we're much older and grayer, that we'll be able to get to see the beginning of something big and good. We're witnessing it now, but I think the changes that are coming along, my kids just might be around. Your grandkids just might be around to see it happen
Hmm.
because it's coming, y'all. It's coming,
Hmm.
and it's
Yeah,
rough. It's rough, but it's gonna be brilliant. It's gonna be everything you wanted out of life.
they're
Everything
pissing off
everything you could ever
Scotland's.
want for
That
your
I know
children.
that. I know they're pissing off
Huh?
Scotland. They're pissing off the Scotland, so that'll be interesting.
Wow. Well, it doesn't take much to piss off a Scot. Have you ever seen
Hmm.
cut pictures of that country? The sun doesn't shine there. You thought England was bad. I'd be pissed off too. I have to live in that. Sorry, my ancestral homeland.
Hmm.
ah,
Awaken the inner Viking, you bastards! Come on.
fuck the Vikings. Saxon all the way. Saxon. It's too bad. Battle of Hastings. We're Norman. We'll always have Norman in us from there on out.
Yeah.
All right, before I keep running my mouth about things because I'd really love to run my mouth right now. I'm not going to run my mouth because I'm a nice guy. If you want to see me run my mouth, I head over to Brojo's 420 Cafe. There I'll run my mouth. He's been having hangouts, and I forget how great it is because Frank's still over there. Cerberus, one of our resident geniuses, was over there, and just hanging out with them is a blast. Um, not quite the biblical conversation, or higher on an esoteric level like that, but no, it's a lot of fun. And if you're watching Brojo, because I know sometimes he does tune in, how you doing, my man? Shalom, Frank. Shalom, Cerberus. All you all fine folks
Yes.
over there at the Hangout, broadcasting live from YouTube at various times throughout the day. Okay, the reading for Yom Kippur, which we are now leaving, which Israel has left, and we're now leaving Yom Kippur. We're exiting out of the second high holiday. This Sunday, I think, begins Sukkot, which is the third of the high holidays. It lasts a week or 8 days.
Hmm.
And so this is the reading. The parsha time is closed. So we're actually in Deuteronomy right now, but we're gonna take a break and read out of Leviticus for Yom Kippur. This is as we finish Yom Kippur here in the States. Leviticus 16. God spoke to Moses after the death of Aaron. Oh, let me bring my microphone down. Maybe I could be more professional. God spoke to Moses after the death of Aaron's two sons when, having drawn near to God, they died. God said to Moses, "Speak to your brother Aaron and tell him that he must not come whenever he wishes into the sanctuary beyond the partition curtain, in front of the cover that rests upon the ark, in order that he not die. For I appear in a cloud over the ark cover." The high priest, if you don't know where we're at, the high priest is the only one that can enter what we call the Holy of Holies. What's called the Holy of Holies. It's the where the ark rests, where the menorah rests, where prophecy happens. And it's a very important thing. His sons made up fire of their own and brought incense and brought it to God, and God took them, and all that remained were their clothes, um, from the pillar of light. So, pillar of fire. So there must be a formality to it. And that's what we're talking about here, just to let you know. I spread the link to a couple of my Christian friends, and when you watch, I want you to know where we're at in the story and what we're talking about. It is only by means of the following procedure that Aaron must enter the Holy of Holies: by bringing a young bull as a sin offering and a ram as an ascent offering. He must wear a linen tunic, paid for with sanctuary funds. Linen trousers must be upon his flesh. He must gird himself with a linen sash, and he must wear a linen turban. These are holy garments, and therefore he must immerse himself in the water of the mikveh before he dons them. From the community of the Israelites, he must take 2 he-goats as a sin offering and 1 ram as an ascent offering. Aaron must bring forth his sin offering bull and atone for himself and for his household. A very special lineage is Aaron's household. They are the holy priests from there on out, the tribe, if you will. He must take the 2 he-goats and place them before God outside the entrance of the tent of meeting. Aaron must place lots upon the 2 he-goats, 1 lot for God and the other lot for Azazel. Aaron must offer up the he-goat upon which the lot for God came up by designating it as a sin offering. The he-goat for which the lot for Azazel came up must be left standing alive before God to atone by confession on it and to send it away into the desert to Azazel. Aaron must bring forward his sin offering bull and atone for himself and for his household. He must slaughter his sin offering bull. He has to do it himself. And this is about sin offering. Yom Kippur is about why should I live another year? Please.
No. Rosh Hashanah is the book is open. On Yom Kippur, it is closed.
Yes.
The decision hasn't been made.
He must take a full pan of burning coals from upon the altar from before God, and 2 handfuls of fine incense, and bring it beyond the curtain. He must place the incense pan upon the fire before God, so that the cloud of the incense envelop the ark cover that is above the tablets of testimony, in order that he not die. He must take some of the bull's blood and dash it with his index finger toward the eastern side of the ark cover. He must then dash some of the blood with his index finger 7 times in front of the ark cover. He must then slaughter the he-goat that was designated as the people's sin offering and bring its blood beyond the curtain. He must do so with its blood as he had done with the bull's blood. He must dash it towards the ark cover before the ark, and dash it toward the ark cover and before the ark cover. He will effect atonement for any defilement of the holy things caused by the states of ritual defilement carried by the Israelites for the rebellious acts and for their unintentional sins. Aaron must perform the same procedure in the tent of meeting, through which God dwells with the Israelites even while they are in their states of defilement. No person may be in the tent of meeting when Aaron enters it to effect atonement in the Holy of Holies until he goes out. Only thus will he effect atonement for himself, for his household, and for the entire assembly of Israel. No pressure, Aaron. He must then proceed outward toward the altar that is before God and effect atonement upon it. He must take some of the bull's blood and some of the he-goat's blood and place it on the protrusions of the ark.
Altar.
Protrusions of the altar in an encircling manner. He must then dash some of the blood upon it with his index finger 7 times. He will thus purify it of ritual defilements caused by the Israelites and sanctify it. After he finishes effecting atonement for the defilement of the Holy of Holies, the tent of meeting, and the altar, he must bring the live he-goat. Aaron must leash both of his hands upon the live he-goat's head and confess upon it all the Israelites' willful transgressions, all their rebellions, and all their unintentional sins. He will place them on the he-goat's head. He must send it off to the desert with a man ready for this task. The he-goat will carry upon itself all their sins to a precipitous land. In the desert he must send the he-goat off to its death. Aaron must enter the tent of meeting. He must remove the linen garments that he wore when he entered the Holy of Holies and leave them there. He must immerse his flesh in the water of a mikveh in a holy place and don his garments. He must go out and sacrifice his ascent offering followed by the people's assent offering. He will thereby effect atonement for himself and for the people. He must burn up the fat of the sin offering upon the altar. A person who sends the he-goat off to Azazel must immerse his garments and immerse his flesh in the water of a mikveh. After doing so, he may enter the camp. Someone must take the sin offering bull and sin offering he-goat whose blood was brought into the sanctuary in order to effect atonement in the Holy of Holies outside the camp. He must burn their hides, flesh, and waste matter in fire. The person who burns them must immerse his garments, and immerse his flesh in the water of a mikveh. After doing so, he may enter the camp. The following will be an eternal rule for you in the 7th month, on the 10th of the month. You must afflict yourselves and not do any work, neither the native Israelite nor the ger who lives among you. For on this day God will effect atonement for you in order to purify you. You will be purified before God of all your sins. It is a Sabbath rest for you, and you must afflict yourselves on it as an eternal rule. Only the high priest, whether he is atoned or he is invested to serve in his father's stead, may effect atonement. Only he must don the linen garments, i.e., the holy garments. He will effect atonement for the Holy of Holies, and he will effect atonement for the tent of meeting, and for the altar, and he will effect atonement for the priests and all the people of the assembly. All this will be an eternal rule for you, in order to effect atonement upon the Israelites for all their sins once each year. Aaron performed these rites as God commanded Moses. And thus ends our reading of the week, our Torah reading of the week.
Well, the maftir portion is different. That's Numbers chapter 29, 7 through 11.
You must celebrate the 10th day of this 2nd month as a holy
7th
occasion.
month.
What'd I say?
Second.
You must celebrate the 10th day of this 2nd month as a holy
No,
occasion.
7th month, not second.
Okay. Third time's a charm. You must celebrate the 10th day of this 7th month as a holy occasion for you. You must afflict your souls. You must not perform any work. You must offer up an assent offering pleasing to God, 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 7 one-year-old lambs. They must be unblemished for you. Their grain offering, fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for the bull, 2/10 of an ephah for the ram, and 1/10 of an ephah for each lamb for the 7 lambs. 1 young he-goat as a sin offering besides the atonement sin offering, and their libations besides the continual assent offering and its grain offering.
Okay.
We do it over here. Checking the live chat. Y'all are welcome to join us. There's a link over here. You'll see up there. It says Rumble Studio. Click on that. Gets you in the conversation. Questions, comments, compliments, complaints, suggestions. All you need is a good chair and a microphone. And let's talk. From a couple of non-Jewish folk. Okay, or the Jewish non-Jews. Yeah, something like that. Rosalie, would you want to read the Haftorah today?
Sure.
Isaiah 57. Yeah, go ahead.
14.
Yes,
And he shall say, Pave, Pave, clear the way. Remove the obstacles from the way of my people. For so said the high and exalted one who dwells to eternity, and his holy name. With the lofty and the holy ones I dwell, and with the crushed and humbled in spirit, to revive the spirit of the humble and to revive the heart of the crushed. For I will not contend forever, neither will I be wroth to eternity when a spirit from before me humbles itself, and souls which I have made. For the iniquity of his thievery I became worthy. I became wroth, and I smote him, and I hid myself and became wroth, for he went rebelliously on in the way of his heart. I saw his ways, and I will heal him, and I will lead him, and I will requite him with consolations, him and his mourners. I create the speech of the lips. Peace, peace to the far and to the near, says the Lord, and I will heal him. Excuse me. But the wicked are like the turbulent sea, for it cannot rest, and its waters cast up mud and dirt. There is no peace, says my God, for the wicked. Chapter 58. Call with a full throat, do not spare. Like the shofar, raise your voice. Relate to my people their transgression, and to the house of Jacob their sins. Yet they seek me daily, and they wish to know my ways, like a nation that performed righteousness and did not forsake the ordinances of its God. They ask me ordinances of righteousness. They desire nearness to God. Why have we fasted, and you did not see? We have afflicted our soul, and you do not know? Behold, on the day of your fast you pursue business, and from all your debtors you exact payment. Behold, for a quarrel and a strife you fast, and to strike with the fist of wickedness. Do not fast like this day, to make your voices heard on high. Will such be the fast that I will choose, a day of men's afflicting his soul? Is it to bend his head like a fish hook and spread out sackcloth and ashes? Will you call this a fast and an acceptable day to the Lord? Is it not the fast I will choose? To undo the fetters of wickedness, to untie the bands of perverseness, and to let out the oppressed free, and to all perverseness you shall eliminate. Is it not to share your bread with the hungry, and moaning poor you shall bring home? When you see a naked one, you shall clothe him, and from your flesh you shall not hide. Then your light shall break forth as dawn, and your healing shall quickly sprout, and your righteousness shall go before you. The glory of the Lord shall gather you in. Then you shall call the Lord, and then you shall call, and the Lord shall answer. You shall cry, and he shall say, Here I am. If you remove perverseness from your midst, putting forth the finger and the speaking wickedness, and you draw out your soul to the hungry, and an afflicted soul you sate. And then your light shall shine in the darkness, and your darkness shall be like noon. And the Lord shall always lead you, and he shall satisfy your soul in drought, and strengthen your bones. And you shall be like a well-watered garden, and like a spring of water whose water does not fail. And those coming from you shall build ancient ruins. Foundations of generations you shall erect, and you shall be called the repairer of the breaches, restorer of the paths to dwell in. If you restrain your foot because of the Sabbath from performing your affairs on my holy day, and you call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord honored, and you honor it by not doing your wonted ways, by not pursuing your affairs and speaking words, then you shall delight with the Lord, and I will cause you to ride on the high places of the land, and I will give you to eat heritage of Jacob your father, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken. And that ends the Haftorah.
Thank you, Rosalie. Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
I'm happy to hear Dennis Prager's voice again. He's got the ventilator and everything, but you can go prageru.com. You can go to the website, the YouTube channel, and you can hear him.
Mm-hmm.
He talks about Charlie Kirk and whatnot. And I'm glad he's able to speak again. Um, might not be in the big comfy chair in the study, but it's good. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
I wish him great health.
Yes. Refuah Shalima, Dennis.
Oh man. Oh man. I'm not sure if there's anything much more I can say about today.
I don't know. I kind of felt guilty because I didn't fast,
Right?
but with
That
all I
wasn't a
go through,
full.
it's not it's not pertinent for me to do that.
Yeah. I wasn't able to completely observe myself, but it's not our commands to do.
I know, and that made me
But
feel guilty. I keep telling myself we can't do things like the Jews. We can't do
yeah.
things like the Jews.
Now, if we were in Israel, yeah, we would do things like the Jews.
Well, yeah, that's different. Not necessarily, because since we're not Jews, and if we try to do things like the Jews, that's called stealing from them, and that's a sin.
True, but we would be arrested.
That's
We
a
would be
possibility.
collected.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm. How about that government shutdown? Oh boy.
Yeah. It's going to open back up, though. Ugh.
Eventually.
Well, it does. The president does have the power to get rid of unnecessary elements of the government during this time.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be fun. Kind
Oh
of like what
yeah.
they did to we can agree on everything, but we're not going to give health care to the illegal immigrants in our country. Well, that's too much. We're going to shut down the government for that. And,
Yeah. Free
it's like
health
with
care.
Gaza. Give them something. That's right, but they're going to turn it down,
Mm-hmm.
so you can do what needs to be done. Offer them peace first, and then get rid of them. That'd be nice. Yeah, the hate online just doesn't have the power it did when USAID was getting their money. You ever notice that? The
Mm-hmm.
amount of trolling and yeah, it's still there. Um, it's of course that's part of it, but the massive amount of it's gone as we
Mm-hmm.
get rid of this USAID, and suddenly nobody's paid to spread stuff on the internet anymore. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But George Soros might be on there, bringing Comey to the to trial for lying to Congress.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. He's
That's
got
gonna be.
merit. It does involve you and me and every other citizen, y'all. So
Mm-hmm. All I
I
gotta
pulled a
say is,
fast
is
one.
that I never got US aid or whatever. But if anybody's willing to grant me $100,000, I won't turn it down.
Yeah, I'll take a grant, sure.
Isn't a hundred thousand
As long as
dollars
I
to
don't,
fix up the house and fix cars and fix
yeah, get out of
property?
some debt. As long as I don't
That's
have
all.
to
How
sell my
much?
soul,
No.
which some of them want. Some of them want badly.
Mm-hmm.
Irina Zarutska, that's her name. Don't forget that name. We have a lot of stuff came on after that, but don't forget
Mm-hmm.
that name. Shooting up the Mormons and burning up. Of all people, the nice ones. You go after
Yeah.
the nice ones and burn their church down.
The Seventh
My
Day Adventist.
goodness, you
Yeah.
picked on the Mormons. They picked on the Latter-day Saints. Why would you do that? They're the nicest people. They're the nicest Christian denomination out there. The kindest. He go burn their church down. Good gravy. Good gravy. Some people are stupid. Some people are just really stupid. And that stupidity, it's got to be an act of God. It can't be. And I heard this said, if it's so, I've heard, I don't know what rabbi said it. He was saying, like, if it's ridiculous beyond comprehension, it's God's work. And when I see the behavior of Americans, some Americans nowadays, it's there's no way they couldn't have help from God being that stupid.
Oh, this
There's
is
no.
true. But wait, there's more.
Yeah,
The Pharaoh wannabes.
right. Silly pharaohs
Hmm.
present themselves as one thing, but have to go hide when he goes to the restroom so nobody knows he's mortal.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a swell leader that is, huh?
Hmm.
Well, we do this every Thursday, folks. We'd love to have you in here live, but we appreciate you tuning in, um, both on X and YouTube and right here on Rumble. Thursday nights, 8 p.m. We'd love to have you here. Love to have you join in the conversation live. We're nice folk. We don't bite hard, but I guess that's about it. Um, I'm gonna get out of here. Rosalie, is there any final words you would like to say to the fine folks out there in Internetville?
Well, Shabbat Shalom for one. And may peace come soon.
Oh man, I second that. Shabbat Shalom and victory in Israel this year.
Yes.
Time, time to hear the
Pray
lions
for
roar.
pray for Jerusalem.
Definitely. Y'all be well. We'll see you next week. Shalom.
Shalom.